If you love books, you're going to love today's File Folder Friday Fun Craft. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of the support, all of the encouragement words, and all of the positivity that you bring to my comments. Thanks so much. Today is another File Folder Friday, and I have been dying to use the book club book from Michaels. So that is what we're going to be using today, along with a file folder. We're going to do something that I think would be very welcomed by a book lover, or someone who might be in a book club, or someone who might be a part of an online book group. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to show you exactly what I'm talking about, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here's a closer look at the book club paper pad that we're going to be using. I've shared this with you in a previous video. I got this from Michaels. It's part of the books that they have in stock right now, and it's all book themed. This is what we're going to be making. I'm going to be making a folio for the book lover. Now, for those of you who might be selling the blind date with the book at your craft fairs, this might be a great compliment, or something like this in a smaller version to go along with that. But what we have here is we have a folio. It's a bifold folio that is designed to hold reading lists, bookmarks, and other things related to books. So I'm going to open this to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But before I do, this measures 4.5 by 8 3/4 of an inch wide. When we open ours, this is what we have. This is truly book themed, and I absolutely love the papers in this pad, and I think it's a very encouraging little paper pad for anyone who loves to read. Even the young preteen or teen reader would enjoy something like this. So what I've done is I've created some folds as well as several pockets where we can tuck things to be read or bookmarks. I've tried to include several bookmarks in here, and then to be read list, as well as book club tags so you can make notes about the book. And then I left this space as just pure writing so that you can jot down some notes or some questions that you might have had. And then over here, I have a section for more bookmarks. So I try to fit in a whole bunch of bookmarks and listing items in this particular folio because it is for the book lover. And what I did in the book, there is a book page. So I just cut out the book part of it and I used that as my pocket. And I think it turned out really, really well. So I'm just going to tuck all of this back in. And then I added this little bifold piece here that just opens like this. You can add another little journaling spot here. I added a piece of decorative cut apart, but it can also be another journaling spot because this is all about reading. And when we're reading, we might have notes, we might have questions. So I tried to include as many spots for writing as well as bookmarks. So the bookmarks look like this on the back. You can even write notes on the back of the bookmark. Here is what I'm going to be using to make this super awesome project. So I'm using this Dusty Rose file folder. It's a standard size file folder that will hold your 8.5 by 11 inch documents. Then I have brought in several pages from the paper pad, and I'll be altering these pages. So I will give you the measurements as we go along. And then I have a whole bunch of cut aparts and whatnots left so that we can use on this project as well. Let's go ahead and take our file folder, and with it folded this way, we are going to go ahead and slide that end piece over to 8. And let's cut. Then I'm going to turn it this way. And again, we're going to cut it at 8. So we're cutting 8 by 8 folded. So now that we have our file folder folded like this, let's just go ahead and take it and fold it into book form. And when you do that, you're going to notice that you have an edge that's longer than the other edge. We're going to flip that over. And we're going to take that fold and slide it over to 7 1/4 and cut off. So basically your book is going to be 7 1/4 by 8 when it's folded like this. So now we can open, and on both sides I'm going to score at 2 1/2. So 2 1/2, rotate it to this side and score at 2 1/2. Then let's just go ahead and fold and burnish these. And it will look like this. So now I have 2 magnets. I am just going to add some tape to those magnets, and I'll place one of the magnets right there. Then I'll add some tape to this magnet on the back, and we'll place this magnet right there. Then I'm going to grab 2 more magnets and we'll put them on top. So now I'm just going to take a strip of my wide tape, place that tape right there because it will catch the magnet. Place that tape right there to catch the magnet. So when I fold over, those magnets are going to hit on the tape. So now I'm just going to lift up my tape. I'm going to fold over to get those magnets stuck in that tape like that. Now I'm going to take this piece, which is a writing piece, and I'm going to cover this. So I want to cut this to fit the insides. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. So that is our first cut piece measurement, 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. And I can place that down like that to make sure it's going to fit, and it is. So I'm just going to take a little bit of tape. I'm only going to add 3 strips. And then I'll remove my tape backers and we'll place this down. So I am going to go ahead and take this piece and we're going to place it down like that. So now I'm going to cut a piece here that is 2 1/4 by 7 3/4 to cover this. I'm going to just trim this at 7 3/4. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 7 3/4. So that's 2 1/4 by 7 3/4 twice. Then I'm going to cut another piece that is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. So what I have here are 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 7 3/4 and 1 piece that is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. So that piece is going to go right here, and these 2 pieces will go right there. So I'm going to add tape to the backs of all of these, and I will be right back. Alright, so I have placed tape on all of my pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and place this piece down on the magnet. So I am going to try to line it up with this piece here, so they'll at least be a little bit even on the bottom. Then I went ahead and I cut out a strip that is 5/8 by 7 3/4 because I'm going to place that on the spine. So I'm putting it in just like that. Then I have my piece that is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. We'll place that there. Then I have my final piece that is 2 1/4 by 7 3/4. And we will place this right here. I'm going to go in and get everything nice and stuck. And now you can see where my magnets will be right there. So we have this part done. I really didn't have to do all of this because I'm going to remove a portion of this. So I'm just going to take my finger blade and I'm just going to cut straight across. And I did that because I wanted to have this little piece here at the top, but I'm not going to remove all of this. I'm just going to angle in a little bit, and then I'm going to cut, because we're going to take this piece and fold it over here at the bottom instead of getting rid of it. You can get rid of it altogether if you want, but I thought I would just fold it over. I'm just going to take a piece of tape, put that tape there. And we'll peel away and fold over. That's just giving us a nice little finished edge to this part right here. All right, so now that we have this done, we're going to flip it over and do the outside. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing that I did on the inside, but this time I have chosen this paper to use. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 7 3/4. Then I'm going to cut a piece at 4 1/2 by 7 3/4. Cut a piece at 4 1/2 by 7 3/4. Cut a piece at 5/8 by 7 3/4. And then I will use this piece on this part. So again, I'm going to add tape to the back and I will be right back. All right, so all of my pieces are taped and ready to go. I did cut a piece for this little door here, and this piece is approximately 4 1/2 by 2 1/4. I just used what I had left over, so that's why I'm giving an approximate, but you can see that it does work. So now we're going to take this piece, we're going to place it down right here. We'll take our piece that is 5/8 by 7 3/4. And we will place it down right here. This really does help to firm up that spine, and because we're putting down layers of paper, we don't actually need chipboard on this project. So I'm going to take my second piece that is 4 1/2 by 7 3/8, and we're going to place it right here. And then I'll take this piece that is 2 1/4 by 7 3/8, and we're going to place it right here. So now I'm going to get everything nice and stuck. And now you can see that we have a very sturdy little folio here. Already cute on the outside, but of course we're going to make it just a little bit cuter. But we're going to work on the inside now. So I want to do those pockets. And the way that I'm doing the pockets is I'm actually taking this sheet and I'm going to cut out this part of that page because I want to add a pocket right here and a pocket right here. So I'm going to take one piece and cut it out at 4 3/4. And let's see how that's going to fit right here. So I can trim that just a little bit, cutting it too long because I want to make sure that I don't really cut too short. So I'll start out by cutting longer than I need. So this is going to work. That will be right there. And then I'll cut a piece out right here that is 2 3/8. That's what we'll go with. So now I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to follow the book shape. So it's really just giving me that scalloped look on the books. Like that. So now I'm just going to put this down with some tape. I'm just going to take my tape, put tape on the end, and I'm using a very thin tape, but it is a very high quality tape, so it's going to stick and hold paper to paper without pulling apart. So we're going to put that there. And then I'll take a piece and go along the bottom. Peel away the backers. And now we can take this piece and I'm going to put it down like this. And this really will hold using tape here. You can glue it if you want, but if you have a high quality tape, it holds paper to paper very, very well. So I have that piece right there. I'm going to do the same thing on this piece, but this time when I put the tape down, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I do. So what I did was I put the tape down with a little bit of overhang. Now I'm just going to cut that and I'll take it and I'll use it on this side. Because for this little section here, I really didn't want the tape to be too wide and take up too much space. But now here at the bottom, we can go with the full piece. So let's peel away those backers. Let's put this down right here. Get it nice and stuck, paper to paper. And so now I'm just going to cut out some cut aparts, y'all. Because that's how simple we're going to keep this. We're going to cut our cut aparts to decorate. And then we will use some of the tags and bookmarks for the inside. So a cut apart page is exactly what you see me using here. It's a page of graphics that we cut apart. So let's just grab these. And grab this one. And this one. And because I do want a lot of writing spaces, I'm going to take this one, add a little bit of tape, and place it down. And y'all, I wore a sweater today. It's supposed to be cold, but I'm actually a little bit hot. So I'm going to peel away my tape backers. We're going to put this piece right here. So we have a nice little journaling spot right here. I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to mount it to this page here because I did cut off the bottom. So now I have some scrap. So let's take this piece. I'm going to put it down with a little bit of white space there. Then I'm just going to trim around it so that I have some white space. And I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it in like that. So I am just going to add a little bit of tape to the back. And we're going to take this piece and I'm going to mount it right there. Strictly decorative, but look at what it does for that inside. Now we have this piece. I think I'm going to leave this blank, but I am going to take some of the tag pages because that's what this is all about. It's all about having these little reading pages here as well as the bookmarks. I am going to go ahead and just cut out a few of these and we're going to put them in our little book folio. So let's slide that over. Cut out these cut aparts. I'm only going to cut out 2, I think. Then I'm going to cut out a couple of tags. And then I'm just going to go around and clean these up a little bit. Go in. All right, so I have some of my little bookmarks here. And remember when I said to save this leftover? We're going to use that on our bookmarks. So I'm just going to add some tape. So now I'm just going to take this, peel away my tape backers, put it down just to get a little matte border around it. I think I'm going to go with the darker side. Let's place that down. I'll use my scissors to go in and cut this out. You can place it in your trimmer if you want. And then I'll cut in here as well. There's one. We'll do the same thing with this one. I think I'll place it down on the lighter side. And then I'm just going to take this and follow that shape. Cut around. And cut out. Like that. Nice, cute little simple bookmark. So I'm going to take these, put them in the pocket, put as many of these in the pocket as I want. Take these, put them in the pocket. These are some sweet little bookmarks. I'm going to take this bookmark, put it in that pocket there. I have some of these to-do reading list. I'm just going to cut out one, I think, maybe 2. Cutting them out with my scissors. And I'm going to tuck these in right here. See how sweet that is for the book lover? So I'm going to take this one that says books are pure magic. Cut that out. Y'all, this is absolutely lovely. I just love it. And I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it right there. Books are pure magic. And then I think I want to take this cut apart that says Literary Lady. And I'm just going to cut it out with my scissors. Again, you can place it in your trimmer. And I want Literary Lady to be right there. Add some tape to the back here. And we are going to place this down. Y'all, I almost placed it down upside down. And I think that this is just absolutely adorable. I am not going to overdo it on embellishing this because I want to keep it simple. I want it to be filled with bookmarks, reading list, reading to-do list, and then note-taking spaces. And that's exactly what we have accomplished here. So now we can close this. And I think, want to find something for right here. And I think I am going to go with the one that says read more. It's a cut apart. I used it on the other one. So I think that I want to go with that. Going to pop it up a little bit with some of this paper. Peel away that backer. Take this piece. Put it on like this. So use our scissors to cut and to cut. And now we're going to take this piece and I'm going to put it on right there. So I'm just going to take a strip of tape, add that tape on the diagonal on the back, peel away the backer, and now we can place this basically in any direction that we want. So I really love how this has turned out, and if you know someone who is a book lover, they would love something like this. So we close this, we close this. Now I want to do something to the front. Again, I am going to stick with the book was better, but I'm going to remove some of it because I want to back this paper just a little bit with some contrasting border color. So I am just trimming. I don't even know what the finished size is. So my finished size is approximately 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. So I'm going to use this twice. So I'm going to take this and put it down on the pink first, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So let's just take some tape, put some tape on, and I'm just going to get the tiniest bit of pink border around it. Not a whole lot. You see how tiny that pink border is? That's what I want. So I am going to take this and trim and trim. So you can see that I have a really tiny strip of pink showing. And that's because I'm now going to take this and add a tiny strip of white around it. That's really going to help everything to pop. So I'm going to take my tape, place my tape on this piece. I have peeled away the tape backer. Now when I put this down, again, y'all, I am going to use just a small white border. I'm going to trim and trim. A little bit more of a white border than I wanted, but I'm going to go with it. So now when I take this piece and I put it on top like that, we have the breakup between the lightness of this and that. So this really does stand out now. So I'm going to add some tape to the back. So now I'm going to take this piece, and when you put it down, you can put it down at a slight angle if you want, or you can just center it. But I like my things to be at an angle. And y'all, look at how adorable that is. You know I love chipboard, but we didn't need it for this project. And we have this really beautiful book-themed bookmark and book tag holder. I will open it again so that you can see all of this fun goodness. Look at this. We have writing space galore. We have list making space galore. And it is super cute to boot. So I am going to bring this one back in so that you can see both of these. I am going to open this one. And then I'm going to open this one. I got a little bit more decorative with my papers on this one than I did on this one, but I think that they are both mighty beautiful. So I hope that you have enjoyed this really fun way to make a book lover's day. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, today is the day that I want you to consider subscribing, because all day, every day, this is the type of crafting that we do. We do meaningful, purposeful, and inexpensive paper crafting that will not require a whole lot of special equipment. So hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.